All right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Shemal, Shalbai, Sherman, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders, great millstone. Shalom to all the Akim out there pushing the word of sincerity and the truth. Yeah, I want to do this lesson on this article. I've heard about this years ago. It's even dated 2012, but this is a historical piece that some may know. Of course, brothers, we know all things, man. We know, this devil, even through imagination. You could, whatever you picture in your head of wickedness, this man has accomplished it. That's why the scriptures speak about thou shalt be called the border of wickedness, which I could queue up or really just have right now. I got the one tab at, like I got my another device in my hand or something. But anyways, this is going into the gruesome history of eating corpses as medicine, and there you have it, Esau. Speaking about how Europeans would eat mummies as a cleansing mechanism to for medicine. I'm gonna try to jump to the point to the meat and the meaty part. But it says Noble News Book Medicinal Cannibalism in Modern English Literature and Culture, and another by Richard Sugg of England's University of Durham, Mummies, Cannibals, and Vampires, the History of Corpse Medicine from the Medicine to the Victorians, revealed that for several hundred years, peaking in the 16th and 17th century, many Europeans, including royalty, priests, and scientists, routinely ingested remedies containing human bones, blood, and fat as medicine for everything from headaches to epilepsy. There were few vocal opponents of the practice, even though cannibalism in the newly explored Americas was reviled as a mark of savagery. Mummies were stolen from Egyptian tombs, and skulls were taken from Irish burial sites. Gravediggers robbed and sold body parts. The question was not should you eat human flesh, but what sort of flesh should you eat, says Sugg. The answer at first was Egyptian mummy, which was crumbled into tinctures to stanch internal bleeding, but other parts of the body soon followed. Skull was one common ingredient taken in powdered form to cure head ailments. This is disgusting, For the thought of this man to actually take these different body parts and grind it, it reminds me. It really reminds me of a scene on How High for the brothers that watched it with Method Man and Red Man. They had to grind up one of the I don't know if it was Quincy Jones, but they dug him up, put his body into the blender, and did they drink him or they smoked him? They had scenes where they smoked him, but I remember they in the blending, because I watched that movie like 4 or 5 times when I was a kid. So this popped up in my head, and they they was going through all of it. They Method Man put the corpse on the white guy, Esau. They're like, yeah, you nasty motherfucker. I just remembered as a kid. It was a hilarious movie, and really that movie was going into secret societies, and which they was niggas from the hood, that became geniuses from smoking educated folk, so to speak, taking, which it started with their homeboy, I don't know if it was Rodney, they smoked him, cause they were weed heads, and they would, I think he would pop up and he would help them with the exams, cause he was the smart guy of the group. But, I think they went to Yale, or was it Harvard? One of the movies, it came out so many years ago. Then they ended up having a sequel with this comedian, and I forget his name. I'm not the biggest fan of that guy, anyways. But yeah, they had a sequel, and he's from Atlanta. But they had a sequel with him and a few other modern comics, comedians or comics. They were putting humor, overlay of humor on pretty much real situations. So even now, reading this article, this is more and more proof that this man is the devil, man. You know, when we say he's the wicked, we don't just say these different things because we just in a pissed off mood and we just making minimum wage, or we making, you know, our woman is giving us hell, so we just want to take out our frustration, you know, and push quote unquote racism. It has nothing to do with that. It's a spirit within these people. So I'm gonna read a little bit with this AI overview. European ate mummies as medicine from 12th century until the 20th century, when the practice fell out of favor. This practice was driven by the belief that mummies could cure diseases. How did Europeans eat mummies? Europeans ground up mummies into a powder called mumia. They also ate mummies that were broken into pieces. They brought mummies from apothecaries. They ate unmummified corpses, which were sometimes passed off as humans. Yeah, so those Europeans being Edomites, you know, it was Jakes that was in Europe and things of that nature. But this is really represent Esau. You know, I'm not gonna make this lesson too long because my storage is jacking up, and I gotta delete a lot of stuff, so I don't want to hit this certain threshold because I gotta go to work in a little bit, and I don't want to have to just start deleting everything out my phone because I got pretty much maxed out. But this is Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of armies, or hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. Yeah, so the Lord is pissed with this man, you know, and that's why we push the energy of, man, this guy has to be put in chains. He has to be locked down from himself because he's a damn supervillain, man. You know, the energy that he pushes, he makes it seem like he's doing things right in all his heart of hearts, but really he's doing things for his own pleasure and really to work witchcraft. Like I said, it was scientists, and it wasn't just the royalty. It was a lot of people in that populace. You know, so this man is going to be judged even thousands of years ago for certain things. And those were heathens that he was making these actions to. But what he did and the lifestyle that he has lived, you know, generationally has been a stain on the face of the earth. And that's why this man has to be thrown in chains, all right, and bound, as it is written. And after all that, he still has to go, you know, face that barn fire, as it is written, you know. So with that, I'm going to end by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Shema, Shai, Shema, Kakodash, double honor to the apostles, elders, great millstone, Shalom, Amakim.